Hey you guys, it's Navasine and I'm back again with yet another video. So I'm gonna try to do this real quickly, but first I want to show you guys something. Not sponsored at all because I'm way too small to be sponsored anyways. But like I just bought something from a company who shall not be named. But it's like this book light and it's hefty. You know, it's the first time I actually invested into something like this. And like it also has like, a charger at the bottom where you can like I guess light it up, as well as three batteries that on three AAA batteries. Oh my goodness, like I wasn't expecting this to be mad bright, and then when I read that, so let's see this one. Hopefully you guys can like see it. Oh god. Okay. LED. I hope you guys can see it. I'll have to like flip this over, but basically you have 30 hours of battery life, and it comes with the batteries, but like the USB port, it doesn't come with it. So, and this one was what it's the warm white, and not to mention that this is very flexible, at least 7 inches. 7 inches for how flexible it is. And also oh yeah, it's 1895. So I like this, and I didn't know that this has like 3 settings. So basically you turn it on, right? And hold on, let me actually turn off this goddamn light so y'all can see. So bitch, it's so bright, y'all see this? And then you have to hold on to it to go to the next setting. Up, and now it's off. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you for like this. Yo, this is so much better than all the cheap lights that I always get. And plus I don't really see those little small circular batteries and stuff. Yeah, so I guess you're gonna have to keep doing that, and unless you like, hold on. But yeah, I normally always get like the cheap stuff, but like I like this because at least I could always know where to find the batteries instead of ordering online for that tiny shit, because it's always so hard to find those type of batteries somewhere. But let's continue to what we're actually here for, which is the mid-year book freakout tag. Ain't nobody tagged me as far as I know. I'll probably correct it. And this is for 2020. So there's like 15 questions. So let's try to, speed round through this. Okay, number one. What is the best book you've read so far? The Mother of Black Hollywood by Jennifer Lewis. Like, y'all, I love that book so much. Like, I was experiencing every type of emotion with that book. Best sequel. Oh, The Wicked and the Divine, Volume 2. Yo, the twist at the very end, it's crazy. I knew not to trust that bitch, but oh my goodness. And now I plan on reading volume 6 of the graphic novel. So the whole graphic novel series, hopefully my library has all of them. I know that they don't have, I think number 7. Either way, I'm excited. There's only like 9 volumes in the whole series. So I have 3 more volumes before I'm out of the world, sadly. But yeah, there's that. Number 3, new release you haven't read yet, but want to read. Okay, 2 books actually. And let me hold on. Okay, so I'm back with the books. So what I wanted to read was Hood Feminism, Notes from the Woman That the Movement Left Behind by Mikki Kendall, and A Black Woman's History of the United States. And it's by 2 historians, Diana Remy Berry and Kaylee Nicole Gross. And now that I think about it, now that these books are in front of me, there's another book called They Were Her Slaves, I think that's what it's called. But basically it's about white women's role in the slave trade by a black woman historian. So and how that works till modern day times. So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna have to like look for that. Okay, next one we have is, maybe I should buy it or add it to my Amazon wish list. Whatever. So where was I? Oh yes. So number 4, the most anticipated book. Okay, what is the most anticipated book for the second half of 2020? Technically we are in the second half. Well, technically in July, but there's only one that's on my mind constantly, and that is Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. This is the very last installment of the David Bach trilogy. I have the other ones over there ready for me to reread and annotate. I am so excited. I'm also very nervous about every one of my characters, like who's going to die, who is my babe Nahari going to be with. Like, oh my god, I'm just so torn apart. I might have to read some fan fiction afterwards or something, I don't know. Next we have the biggest disappointment. Child. 0 Hour. I think it's part of a series called The Order of the Dragon by Tina Lansneck. The worst. First of all, I read that shit. It was $0. No, legit, it was $0. So I was like, you know what, this sounds fun. And not to mention, I was duped, y'all. I was duped. The premise was so good. I actually saw this on Black Girl Nerd podcast, in an article that they wrote about here are a few books by a few Black authors on Kindle, and I was like, ooh, the premise of this sounds interesting. And you know what the writer said? You know what? If you continue reading on, it was like, Anyway, and I didn't think nothing of it. But then I read the first book. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to continue on with the series. Like, the writing is trash. There's lack of inconsistency. Like, there was this weird part where she's at her father's funeral. You know, there's clearly some family tension in there. Next thing you know, she's getting shot at by her. Obviously, it's not by like that, but it's like so many inconsistencies. I'm gonna have to like leave my video of where I did a rant. It wasn't solely dedicated to it, but I'm gonna have to look at one of my wrap ups and like tell you where to skip so you can watch that rant, because that was the worst. Unless I wrote it down. I'm gonna have to look at my Goodreads review to see if I wrote it down and then link it down below. The worst, biggest disappointment. And it was such a beautiful cover with, a black woman on the cover with her afro, and it was like, oh my goodness, and she's a writer too, plus a parent, like a child. There's just a lot to deal with. It was a hot ass mess. I will not continue reading on. And you know what? I try to read some of the reviews. I was like, you know what? Some things I just need to learn how to let shit go. Let it go. No, I hate that song too. Next, we have What's the Biggest Surprise? Okay. Devil's Playground Duology by Ashley Jade. She's also the woman who wrote Cruel Prince. Not like, by Holly Black. No, there's another Cruel Prince, and it falls underneath that bully romance category, So, and at least for those stories, for that series, she is a Jade. So this was my first taste of published dark romance. So here's the thing, like I said before, I read a lot of fan fiction, and sometimes I be reading stuff that, are inappropriate, problematic, things that people would get canceled over, to be honest. And I enjoy it, to be honest. I'll be lying to you. Listen, if we're going to be honest, we got to be honest, right? And I've been reading some of the problematic stuff since middle school or such. When I first discovered fan fiction, honey, you could not tell me nothing. Nothing. I read everything, the problematic, the bad fan fictions, the good ones. So I realized that some of the fan fictions was really hella dark, and I was like, and I still liked it because, I was really craving for that darkness. I'm not a Scorpio, but my rising and my Lilith is a Scorpio. So that should tell you everything. So I like that darkness. Okay. And when I realized that, when I first read Devil's Playground by Ashley Jade, I was like, wait a minute, these tropes, the evilness in this, the fucked upness of this reminds me of some fan fictions. It was like, oh, this is dark romance. Okay. And then I started to look up some more recommendations, on YouTube, and I was like, let me add this. I've actually heard of some of these, but I didn't know it was part of the whole subgenre of that. So I'm gonna read some more fucked up shit later on. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to like it because I still don't like the main character, like the main female character. I was like, oh my god. But I guess she pulled up her big girl panties by the second book. I still don't like her, but there was so many twists in that duology. I was like, yo. And let me check. And here's the thing, the first book is actually part of a bigger series full of standalones, and each book follows, the tarot card, and obviously the devil. And guess what? Capricorns are the rulers of the devil tarot card, and I'm a Capricorn, so I was like, ooh, click. Click. So, and each one is by a different author and a different story that I'm pretty sure some of them are, they're standalones within the tarot cards of love. I think that's what the standalone series are called. But I think each author, maybe for them, it might be legitimately a standalone, and some of them, that standalone is actually a continuation for that author's personal work outside of the tarot card realm. So there's that. Okay. And I'm excited about this, for real. And I'm excited to read more. And hopefully most of them are dark romance, to be honest. Next. So next we have favorite new author. Girl. I'm sorry. Okay, so first things first. Kenya Wright. I recently discovered her at least last month when I got Kindle Unlimited. I'm slowly going through each and every single one of her work. Okay, you need to check her out. She has a YouTube channel that she interviews other authors, and because of her and her live streams, now I want to check out those authors because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I read her stuff, Amazon, how they recommend other books based on what you read. And it's I would see these titles, and then next thing you know, YouTube, seriously, or at least I go to her live stream and it's oh, I recognize that author's name. And then let me watch the live stream. Now, I'm going to let you guys know her live streams with the authors that contain spoilers. And when I feel like I'm going to hear something that's going to majorly, mess it up, I accidentally overheard one spoiler for another author's book about a certain character death, and I wanted to get into it. So I might not be reading that one for a long time until I forget that character died. Like I said earlier on in my other video from today. But like I said, they do contain spoilers, but it does make me want to, and they do semi talk about other things as well, but it makes me want to read their author, those authors' work. And each author she interviews are also, you know, black women authors. I think I hadn't seen the new live stream yet, but I think it's like a circle of, I don't know what she called it, like a summit, not a summit, but basically she's interviewing different authors. Okay, and but however, most of them are interracial romance writers, so if you don't like that, you don't like it. Oh well. But I love how all of them are centered around black women, and I like how it's always the authors that have come up on my recommendations and I've been interested in, so it's like, I like this, I like this a lot. It's like the universe is working in our favor. So, oh, and Rick Warden, oh my goodness, how could I forget the Percy Jackson series? Y'all, this year has been the year for Percy Jackson for me, and I cannot believe it took me such a long ass time. I think I was just like, I had the same attitude about about Percy Jackson series, just like how I did about the Harry Potter series, that, you know what, it's too late, I'm too old to be getting into it. Like, I thought like my time for me to like enjoy the series has passed. That's a damn lie. I completely enjoy it. I'm going to read the fourth book. Is like with the whole COVID situation and all of this shit, I wasn't in the big reading mood, but now it's like, no, I want to read it ASAP. So yeah, Rick Warden, and I'm trying to, and once I'm done with the Percy Jackson series, I'm gonna try to read all his other stuff before I read the Rick Warden Presents stuff, or maybe at the same time. But like, my friend sent me information on how to read the series, so that way everything can correlate with different events. So it was like, because like she's a major fan of Rick Warden, so yeah, those two authors, dope as fuck. Okay, next we have, and I'm gonna link their like Goodreads down below. Next we have new. Okay, so I'm gonna say for number 8 and number 9, they're both the same answer. New fictional crush and new favorite character. To be honest, I don't. Now here's the thing. I at first I was thinking about maybe I should name a few, you know, Kenya Wright characters that I really like. However, when I think about new fictional crushes and new favorite characters, I'm thinking about characters that I would like obsess over so much that I would want to read more of in a fan fiction form, Matt. So much so that I will, like, for example, like the only thing that even with the ACOTAR series, I like Farrah and Rhysand. However, I still, and they're like my most recent, if I have to answer the question, favorite, you know, people, and I guess I have a crush on, you know, Rhysand. However, I'm not as in love with them too much to the point where I want to read fanfiction about them, you know? So in order to like read that high tier stuff for me, I gotta like want to read more from you. And the only thing that has been, the only people that has been able to, I don't know, make me obsess over them is Sakura, a few characters from Naruto, mainly because I want to shit them with Sakura, because Sakura is my bitch. Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise, and y'all can suck a dick if you are one of those people. Anyways, that and Zakara, you know, Zuko and Katara. That's it. Like, for real, like, if I start talking about the fan fiction, like, I don't have that much fandoms I'd be following deep into. Like, it's hard for me to like really obsess over it. So when I do get obsessed, I get hella obsessed. I start to like rewatch everything, you know, try to reread everything, try to go through each and every single fan fiction I can that fits my personal, you know, ideas and all that other stuff. So yeah, so for now I'm just gonna say none. Sorry. Anyways, moving on. Number 10. A book that made you cry. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston by Robin Crawford. Oh my goodness. This woman. God bless her heart. And I guess some people were disappointed with the book because they were expecting to only know about Whitney Houston, but this is more so about like Robin and you know, her life and how she met up with, you know, Whitney Houston, but it's more focused on her life. And I like that because like I would have, to be honest with you, I'd probably be if she focused a lot more on Whitney, I would have been, you know, complaining about not knowing more about Robin. And I feel like she did a perfect balance because it's from her perspective, obviously. And unfortunately, she's been, you know, pushed out of, you know, Whitney's life, you know, by fucking Bobby. God bless his soul, but like, no. So there's that. Next, book that made you happy. The Percy Jackson series. Nothing else. Like, I love that series now. Like, it gives me all the childish happiness I can. And of course, the Kenya Wright series. It's mostly her gangster series. Like, there's the Russian Mafia, the Lion and the Mouse series, which is more so with the Russian gang. Then there's the Busher and the Violinist, which the duology between those two couples are done. But the third book, which should be coming out this year, is following my favorite out of the three, out of the French cousins, the croissants, the perfumes. And he's going to New Orleans. And there's a woman, a black woman who's a chef, and she's heading back to New Orleans, and she has some gang ties as well with because her father is like, you know, he's a gang leader, and yeah, so I want to see how those two work out. He's like my favorite out of the, you know, bunch. His name is Raphael. Like, I love him. Okay, I think he's called the Joker. That's his nickname. But like, I like Raphael, and I felt so bad for him, you know, when his girlfriend died, and yeah, well, technically they're okay. Child, their relationship is complicated. You're gonna have to read the damn book yourself. But like, yeah, I love them. Yeah, so Percy Jackson series and anything with the Mafia series, that anything Mafia related that can get rights. So there's that. Favorite book to movie adaptation that you read this year? To be honest with you, I don't know. And here's the thing: I joined this this really dope ass Discord chat, and almost every Friday or like Saturday we watch several movies up until like early morning. Sometimes also recently, like these past 2 weekends, I fell asleep towards like the very last movie. So I don't know. I'm trying to remember some of the movies to see if they have a book before they became a movie, and I'm coming up blank. So oh well. I guess I haven't seen any, and I have a few, stuff that I'm about to start watching. So, oh well. Okay. So, favorite review that you've done this year? I have none. I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have any besides the ranty ones, but I don't want that to be like my favorite. So, moving on. Number 14. The most beautiful book that you bought so far this year. Okay. For now, and I know she's a problematic, I guess. Okay. For now, it is, Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Like, look at this. It's so beautiful. And I was very excited when I got this. However, as soon as Empire of Gold comes into the mailbox, I'm sorry, you're going to have to move aside. And the thing is, I hadn't finished it. I have a vlog to deal with this. And it's like, oh my God, I gotta like get to it, man. And I need to annotate it. Yeah. If only Sarah J. Maas would stop disappointing me so I can continue to support her work. But, what are you going to do? Okay, last one. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Honey, there's a long list that I need to finish reading. Some of them are repeats, and I think I need to do a video about the repeated books that I keep saying that I need to read, so you, the people, can hold me accountable now that I have 133 subscribers. Thank you, y'all. Wow. I don't know where the hell y'all came from. Well, I know where some of y'all came from, but thank you for all, subscribing to all this ratchetness, okay? But yeah, so 2 books, okay? Obviously, that's on the top of my mind that I definitely want is, of course, Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City, and of course, Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. Like, especially Empire of Gold. Like, I want to finish reading that shit. Like, and I'm so scared because that's the last book, and I feel like I'm so scared. What if I end up disappointed? Y'all, I'm so scared. And like, what if like my favorite character dies? Man, I don't know. That's like the one book that I'm scared to read. But it's time for me to like put on the girl praying. And here's the thing, I hadn't even put in the pre-order yet. Man, I should do it now. As soon as I'm done recording. But y'all, I'm scared. Yeah, that's it. That is it. I hope you guys have a nice day. Well, technically it's midnight and I got my coffee, latte, ready to go. So goodbye. I'm about to like speed up my voice so that way I can like make this video shorter.